I'm going to try and make a little trading place. Not because I think we'll trade with anyone, because it seems like a fun thing to do. We've also got a new mod, which means that we can pick up doors. I'm going to go check to see if they've been out and picked up any doors so far. Not ideal because you can't see anything at the moment. But we got a project house over here that Patrick wants to turn into a trading post. But because it burnt down and we pretty much knocked the shite out of it, we're sitting where it all kind of needs redeveloped. It needs walls and doors and shit. We also need to... I think we might just put chain linking down there. So we'll chain link that out. We've got the greenhouse working here, which could probably do with some windows. So we might update it with some windows, just so that it's not so dark in there. But that is the plans at the minute. And we need to tile this entire flooring because you can see the flooring's getting all wibbly wobbly on it. So the idea is we check out one of the box cars. Right, Dunk? Have you been on the server? We tried to survive the Zomboids. Connor's just planning, or not Connor, fucking Patrick's just planning out what he's doing today, which is taking one of these vehicles and going to a neighbourhood in search of doors. Yeah, it's one of those other things. Just make a character you think you like, you know, with a couple of skills that you think is fun, or like traits that are fun. Throw them in, die, rinse, repeat. It's literally what I did in the first server that we played with. This character here, Patrick, has just been very fucking lucky to have met up with people early on and not got caught out. Yeah, random spawn's the best way to go. And then you will kind of run into people. Why are all of these fucking trucks all full of shit? I need one of these trucks not to be full of shit. Right, the Wayland's an option. We have an issue. We have problems. We're such fucking hoarders. We have such fucking problems. Where's the fucking... Not what I wanted. Does the armoured SWAT van have fucking space in it? It's also really fucking cold at the minute, so let's put the balaclava on. Pretty sure that's the... No. Am I in the vehicle again? is. It's on the side. Alright, yet again, a lot on it. I could probably take the swab on. Because we're not going far. In terms of the hood's fine. The trunk's not great. We'll fix up the trunk before we go out. So that needs a sheet metal. Right. 2 sheet metals and what do you call it? The propane torch. They've clearly been out and about because this is different to when I went to bed last night. That's why it takes forever to do anything. Because in Zomboids, what happens is you're like, oh, I need to do this thing, which necessitates me doing this other thing, which necessitates me doing this other thing. And then 3 hours later, I go and do the thing. It's quicker when there's others around, because obviously, you know, people can help out with that. And then we're probably going to have to build storage and try and figure out why we're hoarding shit again. Yeah, he was dressed up like a ghost. Because he wanted a quick fucking costume for the car show. Which was funny. It would just happen to be like a full coverage fucking thing. Which also funny. Let's glue back. We got our shotguns. Yeah, it's those kind of weird, those fun coincidences that you get that make RP funny. You run into different people at different stages. So what we kind of need as well is some more sheet rope. And the reason why we need more sheet rope is we're going to need more wood for our project house. Where's all my sheet rope? Yeah. No, Connor was a bit of a fucking shit Sal the other day as well, which was funny. Sal showed him this really sweet thing that he'd done, because obviously, you know, he had obviously been away helping family and all that kind of stuff. It's part of the whole lore of his Phoenix's bit of break. Connor basically went, he showed him this lovely thing. And Connor was like, yeah, that's great. But I'm not sleeping at the motel with you, nor am I sleeping here with you. Yeah, I'm sure he's feeling a way about that as well. Yeah. 'Tis unfortunate though. Connor's very much I dropped a wall for you kind of thing to let you in, and then you hurt me. So I have rebuilt the wall and reinforced it. So I know you're back, and I still care for you deeply, but I don't know how much I feel like trusting to let you back in again. Which is unfortunate, but you know, I think fairly true to the character. Yeah, I'm sure it was an interesting one because I don't think many people know Sal's back. Oh, I'm intrigued. Don't tell me, Flu, because I'm sure. Well, one, massively meta, but I am OOC very curious as to what Rhea is saying about the whole thing. Because you know, Connor makes it no secret that he is a deeply, deeply damaged individual that uses sexual innuendo and humor to distract from his own horrific mental problems. He is the definition of. We're going to take this conversation and go 90 degrees to it because I am not comfortable anymore. Or he just leans into it and he's all like, yes. He's very honest sometimes, which is also quite funny. It's like, why don't you do this thing? Because it makes me deeply uncomfortable and I don't want to do it. Right, so we need to get all of the scrap wood out of here. We have walls to knock down in here as well. Because I want to make this a big open space. Maybe. Or at least this bit an open space. I don't know what we're going to do at the garage. Because I don't know if the garage door survived. Oh, it did. Okay, so the garage door survived, so we'll keep this as a garage. But the rest of down here all kind of needs swapped up. Yeah, I felt bad last night when Connor was being an ass. Yeah, this is something else that Sal really doesn't understand about Connor. He fucking hates surprises. He fucking hates them. He hates things happening that, you know, is supposed to be a joint decision he's not consulted on. The car was a big contention when Connor was all like, I would love to buy a four-door car. And he was kind of setting it up where he's like, this is something we could do together. And, you know, we could go and, you know, why am I so heavy? It's because I got a knife out. You know, we could go and test drive cars together and all this kind of stuff. And Sal went and bought a Buffalo. And he was all like, I bought you a car. Isn't this great? And Connor was all like, one, I hate this car. Two, I wanted to buy the car, so it was under my name. And three, why did you not consult me about this thing before you actually did it? Yeah. So Connor's buying an RV. Take from that what you will. Because also Connor's not subtle. When Sal came back, he was like, oh, we moved all of the stuff out of the apartment so that, you know, if those creeps that got you were trying to do something, then, you know, they weren't going to find anything. And then Connor moved all of Sal's stuff back to the motel. So again, take from that what you will. I hate driving in this game, but we need to practice. We're going to a neighborhood that should be relatively okay. Patrick, unlike Jason, does not fly around in his fucking vehicle. Right, so we've been around this neighborhood quite a bit. Which means that there shouldn't be an awful lot of zomboids around here. But mainly, we're looking doors. This is a proof of concept test. We're so heavy it's actually hurting us. So I'm going to pick up a few doors. No, don't get in the truck. Yeah, so that's fine for Rowan Dunk. I think everyone expects Connor to, you know, outside of Gemma, I think everyone kind of expects Connor to be over the moon that Sal's back, but he is and he isn't. Like he's happy he's back. He's happy he's not dead, you know, that kind of way. But the issue Connor is having is the trust issue. See, this is why I'm terrible with these fucking cars. I'm bad at driving around, so we gotta kill these fuckers. I'm gonna try and go around them. I think most people expected Connor to, you know, like... Yeah, that's the thing. That's his major crux at the minute is, well, you know, I lowered a lot of barriers, you know, to kind of get with you, Sal, and what you did was you left. And you communicated you left, and, you know, he completely understands that why he left, but understanding does not rationalize the fact that, you know, he of himself well, that's a group of them there. I do not like the stutter. The stutter implies that there's more of them somewhere. I want to see if we can't pull a certain, a very particular type of window away here. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, I want to see if we can't get these windows. Yeah, pretty much. He was all like, right, well, that experiment went wrong. Maybe you weren't right to kind of trust a person, so, you know. Right, so we can't lift those. We can get this door, though. I think. What we're doing at the minute is we're bringing Maya back options. Oh, we just didn't close the trunk the last time. Fair enough. We basically just did a loop there. We went up this way, went out, went down. These houses here probably have something that I want. That sounds like someone got fucking murdered. But yeah, so Connor's now on his whole, I lowered a barrier. I understand why you did what you did, but I've now thrown my walls back up twice as high and put a nice little barricade on them. So, you know, it's going to take me some time to either, well, that's a wall, trust you again, or there's no trust to be had, and I will care for you deeply, but the relationship is not going to be the same. I don't know how he's going to react, because it all very much depends on how Sal interacts with him. Up and round this way. What we're doing here at the minute as well, guys, is I am practicing driving the truck. Just something I need to do. Fuck you. I've spent too long getting driven around by Bayou and Jason, so there's a decent number of them there. Right, so these houses have different doors. This is a dead end, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, watch out for runners, because he's on his own. He should be fine. He one-shots most of these motherfuckers, so as long as one of them doesn't catch him unaware. Hey, rotters, come here. Come on, get your Patrick Patties. We're getting better at judging the distance that we need to be for these. There's a door in that one. I fucking hate these townhouses. We're just stealing a selection of doors to show Maya, to be all like, what's behind door number 1? I know, complete and utter theft as well. of doors are we looking at? That's just a walnut door. Let me move this closer. There's a good group of them down here. Yeah, I'll turn this off and then we'll go and we'll murder these ones. There's one coming behind me. There it is. Wait to see it. As long as you can walk backwards in Zomboid, you're pretty good for fucking killing them. One's coming up behind you that if you don't see them. All of these houses seem to have the same like chestnut fucking door. Fuck you. Need to be careful of this one. Come here. And trees. Trees are the fucking devilment in this place. More coming out of these houses. And also, been out in the street like this is fine. They're never gonna... I can just run away. Even if a massive fucking horde of them appears, I can just walk away. I'm faster than them for the most part. A window licker. A pizza apron. Let's grab that because it'd be funny. Why am I discomforted? I can hear one of them somewhere. You go for that. It's a slightly different door than we've been looking at. And the fun comes, what kind of doors do we want? This is us just getting a selection of doors currently. Now, we're going to stick close to home. We're not going to do any mad jaunts into fucking High Cottons area, which is where the other ones are. May as well take these out. This is the thing. Patrick is faster going backwards than the zombies are walking forwards, so outside of him being too cavalier, he should be fine for fucking most of this shit. Oh, it's a crawler. I fucking hate crawlers. I'm terrible at getting on these fucking cars as well. There's nothing that we've really seen on this side that we want. I think the lower neighbourhoods are very similar, so we may as well just go and have a look. Down near the Derby. Is this the neighbourhood with the church and everything in it? These are different styles of doors. You see, you've got the white window doors, brown window doors. Brown window doors. The other end of the park. Also brown window doors. And most of the internal doors are like just the white ones. That's a tree. We've picked over a right number of these houses, but we could get some white internal doors to hang. shooting. Like these doors. I could go into the back of this, but it's actually the sides where I need to go. No, open the thing again, you idiot. There you go. Yeah, I'm sure also, Flu, if you're still here, that Rhea is unfortunately getting it in bucket loads from Sal. We've been aiming to get fucking new doors for a while, so that's why Patrick is out trying to get as many doors as possible for Maya to select from. And as many doors as he can for his own little project. I get that it makes sense, but we're getting so many door hinges. Can we take the siding off, though? Is that ticking down? We're going to let that get back to the top, because I'm afraid that I might have... had something happen to him. I'm not quite sure what it could have been, because his... Move that bandage and see what the crack is. Yeah, he's not hurting anyway. He's carrying heavy things at the minute, so that could be it. We let him rest up a little. There's no real zomboids in this neighbourhood because this is just right across from home. We keep that fairly tight. We went down to the Derby last night. There was nothing really there. These houses all have a similar thing. We were just checking up on that place where there's someone's base because they've made it feel very safe. What we are going to do is we're going to go back and get a wood cutting axe, and then we're going to cut a shit ton of wood down. I wonder if we can make glass so that we can redo windows. Probably not. I also wonder if we can pick up those sidings. We might try and pick up some shutters. Yeah, right. Let's get some more doors. I like the fact that the doors are painful to hold. Like you can't pick up two doors, which would make sense. I don't know if any of you IRL have ever picked up a door, but you know they're not the lightest of fucking things when they're wood. Right. Okay, well those are trees. Can I cut my way through this back end? I can. It's also trees. No one saw that. I'm so bad at driving in this game. It's actually hilarious. Right. We leave that there for a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to sprint and get one cigarette. Just freaking out for no reason, Patrick. Nicely done. Eat the rest of your cheesy spray thing. Get a wood cutting axe because it's quicker. What's his weight like? His weight could be doing with been better, so eat a licorice and then make a very quick stew so that we can have it. Pepper is a spice. A little bit of tomato paste. Salt is also a spice. in you go. Turn on, and then we'll pour it into our thermos. And we should be good. And we move before we put our lentils in, but we'll keep them as a backup in case we get hungry later. I'm going to chop all of the wood. We gotta find out whether we can hang doors now. That'll be the next thing. The hanging of the doors is the important bit. Scratching his ass. Man, you know, we're having to feed you, little shit. Put in the thermos. And then put that back in there. And put that in his pocket. Trench axe. Grab that in both of his hands. Throw this axe in his backpack. There we go. And now we're only slightly over encumbered. Run over and make log piles to bring in here. And we can hang some more doors. Can we pick up these things? Because if we can't, that's annoying. No, I'm just going to have to hatchet them down. This is a siding that I was talking about, so we might do the whole place in this wood siding with some brick along the bottom, just so that it looks nicer than just having like plastered walls. And anywhere where, you know, I've got a big span of like actual walls, we might leave. And you damn rotters in that forest. No. We're good to just cut down trees. The sound design in this fucking game is terrifying. The wind going through the trees like that. Patrick is also like all in on his axes, so He should be good with whatever we come up against. Now, what we do is we make piles of logs. And then we pop them in the back of the truck. It means that we can move logs much more efficiently. Because I am out of... Well, one, I'm out of fucking battery. Where the hell has his torch gone? It's in his hand. Because if you pick up the logs, look at how much it over encumbers them. In fact, I don't think we got... Oh, we did. We got all the logs. Did we even get all the logs there? And we need to finish this chain linking. His fucking batteries off, or his lights off. Wait till Jason wakes up and he's all like, what the fuck did you do to my van? Oh, I just drove it around the neighbourhood. You do anything in it? Definitely broke the headlights there, I think. That sounded like headlight smashing. I'm so unused to the cars, I can never find the fucking sweet spot to get in them. Come on, now. Didn't even notice the light was there. Oh, it's the isometric fucking view of the cars that makes my brain go, yeah, we're turning in the right direction, and we're definitely not. Why am I so heavy? I got a wood axe just on me. The log. because it doesn't actually fit. Right, let's grab all of those. What we need to do before we do anything else is fix this upper floor. Now what we do is we gotta saw all of these. So we gotta put a whole top area on here. And we'll hang our doors. That's how you move a lot of logs a lot quicker. Right, planks. Any nails we got on us? A decent amount of nails. Funny what the game considers inside and what it considers outside. It considers this little strip here inside. I don't know why. Okay, we need better tunes. This is not the tune that we need. There we go. Bit of funk. You're gonna be thinking about summer night when it's -8 out. Jesus Christ, Kentucky gets cold. What we need to figure out is what we're doing with the downstairs area. We got to plan it out. Like a bit of a rec room or something. Kind of like a community center kind of thing is what we're trying to build here. Mainly because it gives us something to do. Because I think 3 of these houses is about as much as we can maintain with the current numbers that we have. I'm just gonna encourage some more people to play. Try and get them. Where's my carpet tray? On the floor. People like Dunk. We gotta get people like Dunk to play. We build them a house over in that little community. If we do this, it should stop the rain coming in as well. Now, what do we run out of there? Planks or nails? Definitely planks. That, and I'm not confident with other people on the roof. Fucking Bayou's jumped adjacent off the top of the roof. It's fucking terrifying. Arya walked down a hole because didn't understand the concept of using the walk to feature. I learned that very early on to use the walk to because I fell through Camp 6, which is which was the earlier take of Zomboids. So you keep thinking that there's fucking rotters around, but it's not. It's just the wind has a very light, what do you call it? A sound effect or something from the zombies. It's terrifying. Right, so I'm going to unstack all of these. And then we'll move the sheet rope over, because sheet rope's actually quite heavy. And then quarter of the way there. I'm tempted to make a whole wall of windows there along the other side, and then it means I've got to go out and get a whole load of windows though. I think for a greenhouse it makes much more sense to have the windows. I wonder if there's a window, if you get the big windows. Bear with me while I Google. I don't think you can get the big windows. No, it's just gonna have to be the regular windows. But you know, is what it is. I'm gonna say we're over encumbered enough at the minute to die in a fall. I very much enjoyed my time breaking this entire fucking house down because it taught me a lot about roofs. I'm not gonna lie, and how the roofs kind of like sit on things. Make some of our thermos. It's so dark. It's like fucking 2 in the morning, but still. No Jenny on that house either. There's no ambient light. It's like -10 out still. So our destruction of the big house over here has allowed us to figure out how to create a properly flat roof without a weird clipping shit going on. And then we'll make this nice flat roof. No, it's because I did not pick up more planks. We'll pick up more planks. Ooh, it looks like the Gauntlet Classic might be in Onyx. The Winston's gonna go mad for that. He's been waiting for a Gauntlet Classic for so long. I need to do some upgrades on the Tulip to make it a little bit easier to drive. I like how it spins out. I don't drive much that's not the tow trucks, so I'm used to like big heavy vehicles that are slow to turn. They're not nippy or anything out there. I'm also not a driver. Hey Patrick, time to go on. Why his beard? I swear. Well, that's not good. Did we hurt ourselves? No, just some slight damage. Well, that could have easily been a fucking. Here's I'll have the axe out. That definitely could have been a very easy, oh shit, and I broke my leg kind of thing. Take down more of these trees. We're not going to clear cut the park, but just pare these trees back a little bit. We can't clear cut the park because that's what they're using to get all of the rabbits at the minute. So we know we can carry 3 log stacks and then the 4th in our arms. That's what we'll do. Look at him go. He's absolutely no way to defend himself, so if a runner gets him, he would be fucked. Well, there's no runners around the park. We definitely gotta fix that. We gotta fix it before Jason wakes up. We'll go through here and scrap up as much of these cars as possible. And we gotta fix up all of the siding. Look at all these windows that we need to get. We might go out and we might try and take some pop shot at rotters just to increase our aiming skill, which is terrible. As you can tell, all in on axes, big pacifist. Need to up our sneaking a little bit. We're so nimble. Our strength's getting there. Do we still need to? We have never done. We read a foraging book and then never did any of it. Because we've got other people that forage like motherfuckers. And I'm just like, yeah, you can do that. Is it not recognizing this to saw it up? Here we go. Saw it all up, boys. You know, sword. Then we could attempt to go out and try and find some windows. There's plenty of windows around, so it should be easy enough to. The main thing. We'll get our windows in. I think we go and we try and find a pool table. We make it kind of like a little rec room. We're gonna go and get some like vegetable display things. And try and organize a market day or something. We can organise my consultancy day. All the planks. Hey Trico, hey Reggie, we're doing some. Sorry, I was responding to a DM there. We're doing some building, some construction work on the house that's over from us. It burnt down, and we weren't really utilizing it, so I got fed up with it one night, and then just absolutely went to town, and sledgehammered it all down. So now what we're doing is kind of building it up again, and then we're probably going to try and make it into some sort of like community center or like slash trading post. Not that anyone would come by, but I think it'd be fun to kind of like make oh, that's not good. Oh, he spooked himself. His wife freaked out there. Let's cigarette yourself up, boy. You'll be fine. Well, that could have been fun. He could have died from that. We're lucky he's strong. Oh, let's pick up more planks. Right, let's try this again, but without the risk of death. So we got a new mod that lets us pick up doors, which we have made big use of. We went out, we've got 5 of the plain like interior doors, and then like 2 options for like front doors. We're very lucky we didn't break a leg there, because that would have been a long jaunt to the house, and we might not have made that. It's always the diagonals that get you guys. It's always the diagonals. How's everyone's Sunday going? We were on Onyx the other day for the car show, which went down really well. I managed to get a stupid costume on Connor, which was great. Which was basically just a sheet thrown over his head. And then a terrifying Christmas mask. Right, we're halfway across the roof. It'll not take us much longer to get this all finished. And then we gotta find flooring for in here. So half the reason we're doing this is it gives us a reason to go out and find different things. posture check. I am sitting like a pretzel, and you know it, Reggie. And I do have a drink here, and I will take a sip. This is one of those things. Just you're messing around. You just, you know, forget to stand up for like 7 hours. That's not healthy. Well used to it from WoW though. I'm gonna be like, guys, I need to pause. I need to stand up. We don't want to be developing blood clots. But yeah, so the other house has had a fair bit of changing. I don't know if you've seen it, Reggie. Or Chi, I don't know if you've seen it either. But we'll finish this off and I'll go over and I'll show you. Because Yaya finished up, I say finish up, has designed up the library and painted it. Patrick's moved over to the bar house, as we would call it. Call this the junk house. And then we call the one in the centre the main house. And he's made a little nook for himself. And it's looking really nice now. One, he stole the stove out of the bathroom because his nook's outside. Technically, according to the game, it's inside, but you know it looks like it's outside. I would not have a plank for that. That's irritating. Come here, planks. So we were out trying to drive around in a van that we now have to go fix because we drove into everything. Because of course we did. I've been testing out the new mod for getting doors. So we've always been able to pick up windows, but we haven't been able to replace the doors without having like shitty wooden doors. I have anything else in this that I want. Yeah, so we've got these like split glass doors with black frames, you know, white doors with windows, just standard walnut doors. Let's grab this. Right, so we're going to need at least 2 hinges, I imagine. Equip the door in both hands. We're going to install the door here. Right, let's see if this works. Perfect. Look at this, a completely functioning door. Wow. I've been throwing my Project Zombie VODs up onto the YouTube, and that's only because, fuck it, may as well put them somewhere. They're all just VODs, they're not edited or anything. Because I'm stupid and I don't really know how to do much editing. So everything has to kind of be bare basics. So the reason for the door installing mod is particularly this door, because it got knocked down. The door that we put to the back, to this porch originally, which we knocked down, just looks terrible. Probably because it's one of the first doors Patrick ever made. Let me just shave this motherfucker before we do anything else. I'm just going to shave him through his mask because it's growing through his balaclava. For some reason, his hair in winter is just growing rapidly. I'm going to sneeze one of these days and have a Donny again. Yeah, I'm only streaming the Project Zombie stuff because, well, I know one of these days I'm going to make a terrible mistake and this character is going to die. And I want I want the recording so I can look back and be all like, well, look what you did, you dumb fuck. So this I don't know if you've seen this. We got a little box here now. We're getting in and out. Where does this door come from? Just a random um random door. The wee walkway that we have that spans the three houses has mostly been fenced in to stop people falling off it. There's more paint at the bar now. This car still lives in here. The bar's going rightly. It's got a little jukebox, it's got its high chairs, a glass ceiling. You know, it's peanuts on demand. That's a to do. The kitchen's coming along rightly. So there's like a red fridge and then the red cooker with the wee extractor. Little baskets there. Rocks. We managed to find an exit sign the other day. We gotta be quiet because they're sleeping, but this is Maya and Jason's master bedroom with their master bath. So we got this plumbed in yesterday where this sink works, or that shower works, and this shower works. This one doesn't because it doesn't have a shower tray. And then they got a fancy, well, not overly fancy, but they've got a toilet there. Lots of mirrors. Lots of angles to see each other from. We're going to install a new door here for them. This brings you out into a little porch area that we're kind of just using as temporary scaffolding. They need a door. And then this is our lockers. So you've got Patrick's locker, Jason's locker, and Maya's locker. And that's how you can tell if they're out and about, because I just look for their normal clothes that they wear. And if they're not there, I assume that they're still asleep. Hence why we're creeping around. Now, this is the library. All done up real nice. With the fireplaces. Big double fireplaces. I need to plumb in this bathroom, so I need to go do that at some stage today. And probably the sinks. And this is Patrick's little place with his How to Make Sausage Volume 1, which he uses for the pictures. We've got a hotties and another How to Make Sausages. He's got his little stripper pole. He's got his pillow and his sheet, his noise cancelling headphones, his little tent, little bonsai tree. A little locker here with some shooting glasses, his lucky hat and a football that we found the other day. Then over here we've got a little baseball, Rubik's Cube, and a jar of marbles. And we found out that marbles and paintball pellets hurt just as much as bullets. And you gotta dig them out. Patrick got shot in the arm by Maya because we were testing it. And when Patrick went to shoot Maya back, he caught her in the groin, which was not great, but also funny at the same time. And he's got his two little foot lockers and his little stove here. And then Maya got him this deer head. Jason got him this picture of what I assume is a mirror. Because we went out one day over to the courts centre and we were just killing off to get that van. Yeah, no, exactly. The reverse use of the headphones. If I can't hear you, can you hear me type thing? And then we got a little lookout where we can kind of look out into the yard. So it isn't technically counted as outside. We were over at the court centre and there was all of these like prison, like DOC or something. But they were all dressed as like priests. They were all wearing like the priest shirt. So we were just saying that we were killing loads of priests, and that was quite funny. So he got us that because he thought it looked like a priest, the picture. And then we went to High Cotton, which is what they're calling themselves, because we call ourselves the West Louisville Fireflies. And then down here is pretty much where you've got High Cotton, which is Henry and Imogen, Thomas and Indigo. We went and we found these back row houses. We went through and just borrowed some small bits from it, right? Just some small bits. Not that they would notice. They're all in those upper houses. And we got this gym equipment from it, and I've just stuck it there to have it somewhere. So it's out and about. But we might move it over to the rec centre. We got our prison bus that we don't really utilise. Just trying to think of other things that you mightn't have seen if you haven't been around in a while. Yeah. Those people over there don't use soap. We didn't find a stick of soap in any of those houses. And then in here, there was a bit of a change to the kitchen. Yeah, so Jason's kitchen got a bit of an uplift. He got his coffee maker, some cabinets. But now we have the ability to put doors on things, which is great. And I think you've seen this. This is Maya's research centre. Patrick doesn't like it because he's still claustrophobic and he will freak out sometimes in small spaces. Depends what his base panic level is at. Drink some more of our stew. So what we're doing at the minute is finishing off the roof over here. We're going to install some doors. Extend the chain link fencing down. And then probably go around and make all of it look like this kind of siding. So not the green siding, just the normal siding with the red brick on it. Interesting. Why does this all count as inside again? But this doesn't. Alright, we've no planks. That's why we stopped. So we can go out and we can rope up some more wood. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're at the minute, because there's no one else around. This is very dramatic music for collecting wood, I'm going to be honest. The reason why we use the wood stacking is because it's quick and easy. You can also like stack 2 logs. I think it's inefficient. So we just pick these ones up. We'll move them over here. We'll stack 4. Again, we can carry around 4 logs real quick with each other. It's irritating when they're just far enough away from each other that you can't properly stack them. Walk back on them so it registers that there's 4 of them there. As well hack some of these down as well. Went down to the Derby area and it wasn't that badly infested with rotters because the way other people had talked about it is that it was like massively infested, but I think they've dispersed enough that the groups aren't so bad. Right, so this is where we gotta put our wood axe in our bag and then just pick up this. And this is part of a heli that has dropped. We've had a lot of helicopters basically fallen over this last while. Yeah, there's a couple of like helicopters that have crash landed. It's part of the like extended helicopter events mode. I shouldn't run around with all these stacks of wood on him. He's gonna trip and die, but sometimes you gotta go fast. Well, we can drop that. And then we can drop these. Yeah, a couple of helis. I know my Jason has come across a couple. Yeah, no, that's true. I won't be moving very fast. But how funny would it be if they came back and just find like a zombie Patrick? It's not toxic at all, is it? Planning your character's death for the most emotional impact, the most ET. Yeah, it would be an on-screen perma. It'd be such a funny mundane death. That's the funny thing about it. You know, he's lived this long in the zombie apocalypse, and what takes him out? Fucking the little bit of woodcrafting that he's doing because he was carrying logs. Right, well the temperatures come back up a little bit, so we can take off his fucking balaclava. I also want to put that. He doesn't need his full tack set on him. I don't like how quick the floor has become wiggly from when we put it down. Like, it's been a day. The floor shouldn't be this wiggly, but the floor downstairs looks really shoddy. So we need to find an appropriate amount of flooring that we can put up here. Put that in his backpack. Put that in his backpack. His axe should be on his belt, not the fucking hammer. Yeah, I don't know if we're putting up a second floor, so I might be destroying these stairs once I finish putting the wood down up here. I might put a small like fence with some rope to get up in case I ever decide that we're going to come back and actually, you know, tile it properly. Or if we wanted to expand to the second floor. So again, this is all registering as inside. Oh, that's maxed. Versus carpentry, yeah, it's been maxed for a while. Part of this house project was to help others get their carpentry up. But I can also appreciate that, you know, it's not the most enjoyable thing to do for like an hour. It's just do carpentry stuff. Yeah, I focused Patrick into like carpentry stuff, mainly because I like the building aspect of it. Which is why you can see from his skills, like we went to be the carpenter and the tailor, and then we did a decent amount of metal work to help with the fences. But we started that like after we'd maxed out carpentry, and then electrical is what I'm trying to focus on next. So that's probably where we'll go next to make like the gates automatic, so you don't have to jump out of the car every time. And this is how it goes. This is how you build a roof. Or as much of a roof as we're gonna get. That's what screws like. Where's nails? We're gonna need more nails. We're doing all right in the zombie kill department. We did spear one. We've hammered one to death. We've stomped on nearly 100 of them. So you know, that's the main thing. You gotta be stomping. Is that it? You break the gates? Yeah. It is sound logic. I'll give you that. That's sound logic. We need probably another 2 groups of logs for the roof. True. You do want your zombie friends to come with you. We keep clear cutting these in between sections, so I'm actually running out of places to go to get decent amount of logs. So we might go up towards the brewery to get the logs. Bayou keeps coming back with new trailers all the time. Just funny. You can wake up and there's just a whole ass new trailer. The funny thing is, there's just so much shit in all of these trailers. See? Random stuff that we need to get rid of. We need to go find a big horde and with a trailer full of just shite. Well, this isn't so bad. It's just some jackets. Well, there's like a whole ass fleet of vehicles up this other side. And I know for a fact they're full of just shite. This isn't even a very well protected fence. Cut down some of these trees and then we can pick these all up. Because we're going to still need so much wood. They use it for farming. This is a big park. Or not farming, for trapping. So there's some traps down here. There's some traps there. There's some traps slightly further down. Oh, those middle areas, they're just the buffer zones, to be fair. They're kind of there in case a horde comes through, which it has done once before. Like a proper horde. Yeah, so basically you can... The idea of the game would be is to try and force them like in those areas so that they don't destroy like the main houses. And if that's not possible, we can jump those fences and then at least it all kind of depends on where they come from. But it's just so that there's options. That's why there isn't an awful lot of thought put into them, to be fair. They're just... So if a horde was coming up this way, well, one, if we're in here, the horde's gonna, you know, kind of group itself on this fence. They'll break through this. And then we can fall back into the middle area and continue to, like, stab them through the fence if they line up against the fence line. If they break this down, we've still got, like, this wall to protect ourselves with. So it's kind of like a little bit of a layered defense, because they can't come up behind us because that's where the river is. They can come up these side elements, just given how the fences go. I can hear a helicopter. Okay, so the last time we heard that helicopter, they shot at us, so we are getting off the roof and getting inside. I don't know if they can see me in this house. I don't think they can. It's difficult to tell where that heli is, but it sounds like it's up here. Yeah, there it is. It's up there. Yeah, we've got a car there that we can dip out of. We haven't had great experiences with the helis when we've been out because they have kind of flown over and then started shooting. Which isn't great. Particularly that helicopter because it kind of like sounds wrong, like the rotor's wrong in it. It sounds like it's heading over towards the university now. We should be good. Now, I don't know if those helis will shoot at me, the player, but other people have been shot at, so we kind of been doing is we kind of been just ducking into, the houses when they're around. 'Cause we do not trust them. That should be enough planks. And then we'll have a few logs that we can bring downstairs. Do some more framing out. This isn't going to take us that many tiles to get through. I think there's like concrete planters or something that we could probably get to like line this so that it isn't just so boxy. Yeah, I'll show you once it's a wee bit lighter once I finish this. So all of these fences go back, right? Because they were here before we were here. But they don't go all the way to the water. So to make the bases secure, we've had to put some metal plating down on those bits. And on the bottom of this house, mainly because we weren't using it for an awful lot of things. And we hadn't any great plans. We didn't really care if the zombies broke in. It's only wood. So we're going to chain link it up, I think. Because it doesn't need to be the strongest of structures, if you know what I mean. Of course I would be missing one wooden plank. There we go. So that is up here, finished for walking on. But what we will do is we'll pick up the rest of these planks. We'll run a rope ladder down and then we'll break the stairs. Because we can always put the stairs back up if needed. I was going to add it to one of those, and I didn't know which. So I'll just hold that log in our hands, surely. Just bring it down off the roof. Okay, for some reason, the game's now registering all of that flooring is inside again. A lot of these frames need to come down because I think there's more frames than we want. Drop the log here. Oh, these other logs as well. Yeah, we're going to have to deconstruct some of this stuff, which will give us a chance to get some of the materials back. So this is one of the greenhouses that we have, but there's no windows on it, and I want to put windows on it because I think it'd be more realistic. But these are the... this is part of one of the initial fortifications that we made, Reggie. But what we're going to do is we're going to extend this chain linking down now rather than the wood. So you can see here across the way where it doesn't go quite to the end. That's what makes these houses such a good, I think, initial starting base in Louisville. One, you've got water, so you've got plenty of fucking water to drink. You can sort it all out that way. You can easily build a fence across the front of these places and a little bit of a fence to the back. So if you look here, these are both metal fences because we wanted them slightly more secure. I need to figure out what I need for making those metal fences. And I'll tick off another element to everything. So we need to get rid of these planks for now. And the sheet ropes. What is so heavy that's in this? Probably these things. All of these fucking boxes of screws and everything. Stones. Stones are probably what's killing that box. Right. So we put the wood axe back. That's going on the floor, isn't it? God damn it. One of these days I'll throw the axe in the proper place. So I need my propane torch. My welder's mask. What did that say about big cat? Make a big gas tank. Make mold for glass. I think that's glass for like the vehicles. What is this fucking tune? Some of these tunes that the smart play select is just fucking insane. It's like I don't understand it at all. In fact, we're going to take a propane tank with us. If I go to metalwork and then I go to fencing, I want the big wire fencing. So I need wire, scrap metal, and piping. Right, the rifle can go there. I'll be back. Next we need... I carry most of the stuff on me. Do I? Maybe not. He doesn't need his helmet on him at the minute. We're popping it all here so I can come back and get it easy. He doesn't need two axes on him at the minute. So he has got a hand axe as a backup. So we throw those. So we're not going out. There we go. So out of here we need probably 12 metal pipes. 24 scrap metal. 12 wires. Oh, I was just explaining the what do you call it? The back fences that I'm actually going to go now and fix, so you'll be able to see that. There's the scrap metal. Right, we need all that scrap metal. Why not? We need kind of all the wire. And I'm pretty sure it's piping that we need. Piping. Yeah, it is. The pipe. Metal bar, metal bar. No, the piping is probably in here. We do not have enough metal pipe. Right, we have to make metal pipe. What do we need to make metal pipe? Metal piping is loud to make, I do know that. So I'll grab that. So we've got the metal pipe mold. Oh, that's pretty cool that you can craft a prosthetic. So loud. I apologize. There's no way to make this quieter. Normally if you zoom out, it gets quieter, but it's just really fucking loud. Oh, what's trying to happen in the background here? How do I scrap things for scrap metal? Alright, let's see if there's scrap metal in here. Interesting. Do I have any scrap metal on me now? Right, we can make some advancement in this chain link fence. Then we're gonna have to junk some cars, I think. We can deconstruct some of this. We have to do it one at a time, I think. Oh, I want to be the other side of this. And that's one of the trapping things that they've got there. So my one blunt kill comes from doing something similar to this, where I was hammering away for something and a fucking rotter just appeared in my peripheral vision. Yep, trapping things. Huh. Why can't I place you down? Get an error when I try and do that. Disassemble this and then see if it'll work. think those are bird traps that they've got down there. You got bird traps, you got rabbit traps. You can get like a mouse trap as well. Hmm. Errors, errors, errors. You require both of my hands not to have shit in them, so let's unequip the soul. Oh yeah, no, some of the fucking animal signs, I'm all like, I hope there's not these animals running around. Interesting. Let me build any of these walls. I think Aria was having this similar issue. Well, that's not great. I'm going to try a very, very quick restart on this. So I'm just going to go to that screen in the hopes that whatever the hell's happening, if I quit out to the desktop, it'll fix it. I haven't seen that error before. Um, Sometimes, Reggie, that's the best way to go. Like, fuck it, it'll either kill me or, I'm going to get a great jump scare. I hate when I haven't seen a Zomboid in a while and I'm running around on Patrick and then you see one and the shrieky music goes and you're just like, oh my god. I intentionally keep the shrieky music there because it scares the fuck out of me. So this inability to build a wall might be down to our pack hoarding ways.